Hello students, I am Sachin Prakash and I teach and mentor students in chemistry for IIT I believe that the real confidence which is required to crack this IIT exam will come only when you are confident in tackling good problems. And that clarity and understanding of concepts will only develop when you are really comfortable in handling these problems. So this video contains the paper discussion which I have conducted in my uh, classes online. Okay, and a lot of good doubts are there which I have discussed here. It will be helping you people in understanding, developing an understanding in how to approach and tackle good problems. Okay, and if you like this, if you found this paper discussion video to be useful and interesting, you can, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, which will surely, motivate me to add some more useful videos of this type. Okay, because ultimately it's this is just an effort, honest effort, small honest effort from my side to help the student, uh, help my students as well as other students also in their ITJ preparation. So let us begin with this paper discussion. Okay.
Okay, so good evening, people. Today we are going to discuss WTM24, which is based on, mainly on surface chemistry and a bit of solid state, especially the vacancies and the properties part. Okay, effects and electrical and magnetic properties. So this is the paper which is in front of you. Okay, so as usual, we'll be starting our discussion with numerical value type. So 51 to 55. Any doubts?
Sir,
Yeah.
53 I was getting some other answer.
See, if the gold number is 0.03, this means you have 0.03 milligrams of gold of protective colloid required to prevent coagulation in 10 ml of gold salt. Yes or no? It's basically milligrams only, no? Are you getting a point? Gold number is milligrams of protective colloid which is required to prevent coagulation in 10 ml of gold salt on addition of 1 ml of 10% NaCl solution. So you see for 10 ml if you require 0.3 milligrams, then for 100 ml of gold salt how much milligrams you will require?
0.3, okay, sir.
Okay. There is a question I think which is there in the Akash objective also. After this, up to 55 no doubts. 55 is easy. Bragg's law N lambda is equal to 2d sine theta. Yes or no? Up to 55, any doubts? Yes, no. Fifty-one to 55, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. 56 to 60. I think I gave you people the list of all positive and negatively charged salts, so you can do 56 based on that. Acidic dyes will be negatively charged salt. Hemoglobin contains Fe2 plus, so it is positively charged salt. Okay. So now in 59, there should be a key change. Fe2O3 is not antiferromagnetic. Are you getting a point? Yes or no? This is basically cobalt tetroxide, CO3O4. Okay. The answer should be 8 actually, not 9. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is there any trick to identify these?
No, there is no trick to identify this. You have to, means it is fact-based thing. Okay, so oxides of manganese are what is antiferromagnetic that I have given the notes. Apart from that, you have to add FeO, NiO, Cr2O3, cobalt oxide, and cobalt tetroxide. Okay, just write it down.
Yes, sir.
As if we start making a list, then there are like thousands of chemicals. We can't spend our time remembering ferromagnetic, antiferromagnetic. Okay. One question they sometimes ask in ages. Okay, it is better to learn it from the question itself. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes.
Generally, they don't go beyond the NCERT examples, but since they have given, so you just make a note of it. Okay. It will help you in the
Okay.
coming exams. After this, any other doubt in 56 to 60?
Sir, is 57 4 or 3?
3. 1000 angstrom, no. No, 1 minute. You're asking in terms of, I think in NCERT it is given 1000 nanometer, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
1000.
sir.
It's 1000
Yes,
nanometer,
sir.
then it should be 10 power 4, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I think the definition which I gave initially was 100 nanometer, right? Then I made that correction because NCERT. Generally, see, actually the answer should be 3 only, but NCERT has given that colloid size can be up to 10 to the power 3 nanometers. Okay. So suspension will be starting from that. Based on that, it will be 10 to the power 4 angstroms. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After this, any other doubts in 56 to 60? Yes, no.
Sir, you said 59 is fact-based, right?
Yeah, there is no other way of, predicting it.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubt?
So once can you explain the numerical type questions?
Where?
Like problems related or just like 52 and 53?
This one. Okay. See, in 52, it is given that you are coagulating arsenious sulfide salt. This is what? A negatively charged salt. So you will be using the cation for coagulation. Yes or no? The
Yes, sir.
coagulation value is basically millimoles of cation, which is required to precipitate 1 liter of salt. So 1 liter means 1000 ml. Okay. Now, for 100 ml, it is giving that you are using 5 millimoles of Na plus. So for 1000 ml, how many? 50 millimoles of Na plus. So the flocculation value will be 50. Yes or no?
Yes, okay.
53 I have discussed.
Not 53, sir, 55.
55. 55 is based on Bragg's equation, which is n lambda is equal to 2d sine theta. Sine theta is given to you. Lambda is given, n is 1. So you can find out d. Yes or no?
Okay, sir, yes.
That's it. This was the first formula I gave in the solid state class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after this, so I think numerical value questions are done. Anyone have doubts in 51 also?
No, sir.
Okay. So 49, 50.
Sir, 49.
49, you see, metals are basically ductile and malleable. This means they can undergo plastic deformation without fracture. Are you getting a point?
Yes, sir.
So, means that even though they are getting removed from their places, they won't, they'll be still having a continuity. While in case of non-metals, they are rigid, so they won't move easily. If you try to move them very what you say as forcefully, then they will break. Okay, so you see, tensile strength is basically extent of plastic deformation without fracture. Are you getting a point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you replace non-metal atoms by metal atoms by non-metal atoms, then the tensile strength will be decreasing. It will fracture early. Are you getting a point?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
So 50 option 1 and 3.
Piezoelectricity is due to net dipole moment. Pyroelectricity is due to heating of polar crystals. Both are fact-based things. Okay. In fact, all three are fact-based. You have to just,
Okay, sir.
remember the statements. Any detailed discussion on this will be, actually over information from our JE preparation point of view. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
if you want, you can go through Cengage. They have short, paragraphs on piezo, ferro, and pyroelectricity. You can go through it. But I have never seen any question coming from this part. At most, they ask from ferro, ferri, and anti-ferro. So I keep myself up to that. Okay. Now, after this, 47, 48, it's 48, they should be nanometers, not picometers. Is it clear? Are you getting this question 48? They're asking a band gap. How much. Is 48 clear to all of you? Yes or no?
Sir, can you explain?
Yes. You see, basically, it is like your atomic structure question. You have two energy levels. Electron is here, it wants to go here. So it will be absorbing some energy. So delta E should be equal to H nu. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, it is given in terms of kilojoule per mole. So we have to first convert into electron volts per atom. So I have given that 1 electron volt per atom is equal to 96.5 kilojoule per mole. So this will come to be 1.2 electron volt. Now, if you know the energy of the photon, you can calculate lambda by using this formula, 1240 by E photon, lambda in nanometers. Yes or no? Are you getting a point? Do you remember this formula? It has been a long time, right?
Survey said you right that atomic structure wasn't explained.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I took atomic structure for I think like first year students. But anyways, you just remember this, okay? Right now, if we will have any revision classes, I think in revision we will discuss atomic structure, okay? They'll give 1 week for atomic structure at least. Okay?
Yeah.
So after this,
Sir, would 48 be delete?
not delete, yeah, it should be delete. None of the answers are correct. Okay?
Yes, sir.
43 to 47.
Forty-three.
43. Okay. See, first you have to calculate density, which is basically what? Z into MW by NA into AQ. Right. That will give you the theoretical value of density. Now, since it is containing Frankel as well as Schottky effect, the actual density will be slightly less than the theoretical density. Why? Because in case of Schottky defect, density decreases. Okay, so if you calculate, it will be coming out to be 1.551 gram per cc. So rho effective density will be 1 minus percentage Schottky. So 0.001, it would be 1.551 into 0.999 is like 1.549. So closest answer is 1.55. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So apart from 43, is 44 also a doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in 44, you see the D8 configuration of nickel corresponds to Ni2 plus, and D7 will be obviously Ni3 plus. So you see, if you take 100 nickel ions, then 96 will be Ni2 plus, and 4 will be Ni3 plus. So what will be total charge on 100 nickel ions? It will be 204. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For that charge, you require 102 oxygen atoms. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So the formula should be Ni100, oxygen 102. You can write it as Ni oxygen 1.02, okay, or Ni 100 by 102 oxygen, or Ni 0.980. So technically speaking, 1 and 4 both should be correct. Are you getting a point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No other doubts in this?
So 46.
46. You see, when you are adding Sr2 plus, 2No plus will be replaced by 1 Sr2 plus 1 cationic vacancy. Are you getting a point?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, number of Sr2 plus will be equal to number of cationic vacancies. Is it clear?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now you see, it is saying 10 to the minus 3 mole percent. Now, wherever you use percent, you just multiply by 10 to the minus 2. So just means 1 mole of crystal contains 10 to the minus 5 cationic vacancies, 10 to the minus 5 mole of cationic vacancies. Are you getting a point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Tell me. Any doubt in this? Yes, no. See, 10 to the minus 3 mole percent means 10 to the minus 5 moles. 1 mole is containing 10 to the minus 5 moles of cationic vacancy, which is basically 6 into 10 to the 18 moles cationic vacancy. So it will be 6 into 10 to the 18 cationic vacancies per mole. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, here 44th you said even 1 is correct.
Yeah.
But it is O 1.02, no sir. They gave for nickel 1.02.
Okay, it's like that.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Ni 100, oxygen 102. Oh yeah, then it is incorrect. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Okay, then only fourth is correct. If it is a Ni 100 and O102, then or Ni 1.00 O1.02, then it would have been correct. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So after that, I think all the questions are discussed in this page. 45 is fact-based. Just make a note of it. Okay.
You gave a note, sir.
What is there in the notes? That's good.
Yes.
Okay. So after that, 38 to 42. 38 I discussed in class. When I'm talking in Bosch process, basically, see, initially carbon plus H2O giving CO plus H2 was used initially. Okay. But it required very high activation energy. In order to make it fast, this water gas, if it is passed through steam in presence of catalyst Fe2O3 plus Cr2O3, you will get CO2 plus H2. Okay, this is the Bosch process. Are you getting a point? Or this is also known as water gas shift reaction. Is it clear? I think I have given it in hydrogen. Yes or no? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 40th, in activated charcoal, always physics option will be taking place. So it will depend on intermolecular attraction. CO2 will have maximum. Okay? Because it is having dipole, like individual dipoles. Although the net dipole moment is 0, individual dipoles will be causing it to have high intermolecular forces. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After this, 42 is clear, non-elastic gel.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
This I
sir.
have given one page of notes on gel, that is good enough. 35, 36, 37.
37.
Yeah, 37 Ziegler-Natta catalyst is basically TiCl4 plus triethyl aluminum. The active species is Ti, it should be Ti plus 4 actually. Are you getting a point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, 35 isn't it option 1?
No, the option 1 is for coagulation power. Coagulation value will be opposite of coagulation power.
Okay, sir. Okay.
That is the only mistake people make in this type of questions. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I think it is clear. 36 is also clear. If you want
Yes.
negatively charged chloride, you will have to use excess of anion. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. This brings to 31 to 34. 31, 32. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
33, 34. No doubts?
No, sir.
33,
32.
32. 32, I have given this graph in the notes also.
Yes,
That
sir.
if temperature increases, then extent of absorption will be decreasing of Willis option. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So T3 will have maximum and T1 will have minimum values. Yeah, 33 is a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
34. 34 is also a doubt. See, if it is a doubt, I will explain.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us start with 33. You see, it is given that you have a detergent which is having concentration of 10 power minus 3 molar. This means 1 liter contains how much? 10 power minus 3 moles of soap molecules? Yes or no? Okay. Now you see 1 liter is how much? 1000 cc. And if you write it in terms of millimeter cube, it will be 1000 into 1000 is 10 power 6 millimeter cube. Okay, and 10 power minus 3 moles of soap molecules is basically 10 power minus 3 into Avogadro number, it is 6 into 10 power 20 molecules. Up to this it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you see 10 power 6 millimeter cube is having 6 into 10 power 20 soap molecules. So 1 millimeter cube will be having how many soap molecules? 6 into 10 power 14? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And it is saying that one molecule is having 10 power 13 colloidal particles, which is basically one micelle, one colloidal particle. So 1 millimeter cube is having 10 power 13 micelles and 6 into 10 power 14 molecules. So you can calculate the number of soap molecules per micelle, molecules divided by number of micelles. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The answer will be 60. Getting a point?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? Okay. So this brings to 34. And 34, you see, it is saying 1 gram of activated carbon is having how much area? 1000 meters square. So 44 by 7 grams will have how much? 44 by 7 into 1000 meters square. And we want everything in centimeters square because the radius is given in centimeters, so into 10 power 4 centimeters square. Is it clear? The total surface area. Yes or no? Is it clear? Anything? Yes, no. Okay. Now area of 1 minute. Is the internet connection not working? Are you people able to listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there's no response, that's right. Okay, so you see, a total surface area in centimeters square is this. Area of one NH3 molecule is how much? Pi into 10 r square is 22/7 into 2 minus 16 centimeters square. Okay, so total surface area is given. Area of one NH3 molecule is given. You can find out total number of NH3 molecules.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It will
sir.
be 44/7 by into 10 power 7 by 22/7 into 10 power minus 16. It will be 2 into 10 power 23 molecules. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is 1/3 moles. Okay. Now you see 1/3 moles will occupy how much volume at STP? 1/3 into 22.4, 7.46 liters. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I hope that I will say one technical thing is there in this question, although we are using a simplified version. You see, we are assuming that the circular ammonia molecules are completely covering the catalyst. But you see, if the catalyst surface is like a square or a rectangle or any type, this type of area, you see, the molecules won't be completely occupying the, what is there?
Spear shape.
Are you getting a point? So there will always be some white space. Yes
Yes,
or no?
sir.
In this case, how will you do these type of questions? Okay, suppose they ask that, considering that, you have to consider the white space also. Generally, it won't be considered because they don't expect you people to think that much. But you see, what is the area occupied by effective surface area? Effective occupied area will be given area into packing fraction. Yes or no?
Yes,
And
sir.
what is most efficient packing fraction? If it is hexagonal, it will be what? It is 0.912 into theoretical area. That should be equal to the number of, area occupied by the.
Effective area.
Are you getting a point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So even if the question is asked that way, you can do it using the packing fraction. Is it clear? If it is square, I think it is like 17.8.4 or something like that. Packing fraction. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So someday when I will, set the question, I'll ask the same question. I will just change the wording to include packing fraction. Then it will become an interesting question, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you people can handle it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with this, can we, stop this paper discussion? Is there any other doubt in this whole paper? Last call. Any doubt? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay. So then I am stopping the recording now. Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss WTA24. Okay. And this paper is based mainly on surface chemistry with few questions from solid state, the defects part and the magnetic properties part. Okay. So let us start this paper discussion. It is divided into three sections. Section 1, which is single correct, then section 2, which is multi-correct, and then you have section 3, which is integer type. Okay. So like total 18 questions are there. Okay. So starting with the question number 19 and 20. Are there any doubts? I think 19 type of question we have discussed in the doubts also.
Yes, sir.
Is it a
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
No, sir.
No, that's very good. Okay, I think I have given that 2Na plus is equal to 1 SR2 plus 1 cationic vacancy. So number of cationic vacancies is equal to number of SR2 plus ants. SR2 plus concentration is given, you can find it out. Okay. 20th is a doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Everyone is clear with 20th.
Explain.
19, I was also getting A, sir.
19 you
Yes,
are
sir.
getting
I
A.
too got A.
No, sir, 20A.
No. First of all, 19 is a doubt? Yes, no.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No. 20th? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you
Explain.
see, in 20th, they are asking Freundlich isotherm. This means that x by m is equal to k p to the power 1 by n. Take log on both sides. Log x by m, log of k plus 1 by n, log of p. Now this is a linear equation if you are considering log x by m to be y and log p to be x. It's a linear relationship between y and x. Yes or no? If you look into the graph part, the graph is not given, data is given, right? So let us take any one of the data. So which data would be good for us? Okay, now you see, we have like two variables, in fact. Okay, we have log k and 1 by n, both as variables. Let us take number 1 and number 3. Why? Because if you divide, then you will get something 2 to the power something or 4 to the power something. So you see, if you're taking dividing data number 3 divided by data number 1, then you will be getting x by m 3 0.8 by 0.2. It is equal to k into p 64 to the power 1 by n by k into 4 to the power 1 by n, right? K cancel out 4 times. So you see, this is like 16 to the power 1 by n. And so this is basically 4 is equal to 4 to the power 2 by n from this 1 minute 4 and 16. Okay, yeah, so 0.8 and 0.2, yeah, it is looking good. So 16 power 4 to the power 2 by n. So from this I can say that 2 by n is equal to 1 or n is equal to half. Okay, or 1 by n is equal to how much? 1 by 2. Okay, so my equation actually is x by m is equal to k under root p. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you see, if you use the second data, you can directly get the value of p. X by m, which is 0.5, is equal to k into under root of 25. So it is like 5k. So from this, k will be what? 1 by 10. Okay. So I now know all the three things. X by m is what? It is 0.1 root p. Okay. Now, you see, it is saying that as what will be the pressure, what will be the x by m at 36. If you take pressure to be like 36, then x by m will be equal to how much? 0.6. Yes or no? And see, so for 1 gram of iron, you'll be having what? 0.6 gram of N2 adsorbed? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, 0.6 grams of N2 will be how much? They're asking in terms of number of moles. Are you getting a point? That's why a lot of people must have got a 6 by 10 as answer, but they're asking in terms of moles. So 0.6 grams of N2 will be how much? 0.6 by 28 moles of N2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
that will be 3 by 140 moles of N2. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's very good. Okay, so after this, 21 is a doubt. Yes. No.
No, sir.
No. No one is having doubt in 21. That's very good. Okay, it's very simple. You have given the amount of metal, density is given, so you can find the volume of metal, and you have given the radius of the particles, so you can find the volume of the particles, so you can find number of particles. So number of particles if you can find in 1 ml, then in 1 liter you can just calculate. Is it clear? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 22, 23.
Yes.
22 is easy. It's a positive charge, so also negatively chloride ion will be the coagulant, and in 50 ml, 5 ml, so in 1000 ml you'll be having like 100 millimoles. 23, okay, now you see in 23, R giving to P is having a rate of R1. Okay, now this is an uncatalyzed reaction because there is nothing on the arrow. Okay, in other case there is something on the arrow. Okay, now you see if you are looking at the part where, so R1 will be the base value, right?
Yes, sir.
R1 will be the base value. If something is less than, so uncatalyzed is R1. If something is less than R1, then it has to be what? Inhibited?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if something is equal to R1, which is R4 and R5, then obviously it is uncatalyzed only. Means whatever substance is there, they are not catalyst. Yes or no? Or they are not affecting the rate of the reaction. Are you getting a point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now anything which is greater than R1 means that it is catalyzed. Yes or no? So it
Yes,
is
sir.
given that R7 is greater than R1, and then R2 is also greater than R1, or R6 is also greater than R1. Now R7 is due to A plus D. R2 is due to A, and R6 is due to A plus C. And if you have a single substance, then it is a catalyst. You have a combination of two substances, one is catalyst, another will be either promoter or poison. Now A plus C is having higher rate than A. This means C is what? C is promoter. And A plus D is having lower rate than A. This means D is what? Poison. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So I think all the answers can be fought from this. D will be the incorrect statement. A is not a catalytic promoter of C. It's rather C is the catalytic promoter of A. Okay? Yes or no? Shall we move forward? 24 is not a doubt.
No, sir.
No, sir.
This we have discussed I have discussed it in quite details in the lectures. 25 is also not a doubt.
No, sir.
26 to 29 directly.
Sir, 27C.
See, in electrophoresis, what happens? See, in dialysis and electrodialysis, what happens? Basically, the crystalloids get out of the colloidal solution, and you are left with pure colloidal particles. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In case of electrophoresis, what happens is that the colloidal particles are moving in the direction of its opposite charge. So suppose that the colloidal particles are positive charge, they will be moving along towards the cathode. Are you getting a point? What will happen that the colloidal particles will start coagulating here. Are you getting a point? So it's not purification. Actually, you're destroying the colloid by coagulating the colloidal particles. Are you getting a point?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's not the answer. Okay. 28. Is it out?
Yes, sir.
Sir, 28A.
Yeah. You see, I have told you see, normally what will happen is that in electrophoresis, what happens is the colloidal particles which are moving in the direction of applied electric field. Okay. So, but suppose instead of, if you put a semi-permeable membrane, okay, and then you apply the electric field, what will happen? The colloidal particles cannot pass through the semi-permeable membrane, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, the medium will start moving in the reverse direction. Are you getting a point? So if your colloidal particles are positively charged, then medium will acquire what? Negative charge.
Yes.
And if it acquires negative charge, it will move towards what? Anode. Is
Yes,
it clear? That's very good. Okay. So other than that, I think B and C are basic things.
Sir,
The
Sir,
colloidal-
what about D? 28D.
D cannot be metal salt. No, metal salts are negatively charged salt. It's a positive salt.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. 29.
So in 28th option C is just like a theoretical part, right?
See, basic dye are positively charged salts. Acidic dye are negatively charged salts. See, it may
Yes.
be basic dye because it is a positive salt. You don't know it, but it may be.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After this, so 29 should not be a doubt. I think we have discussed the slope of surface.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 30, 31.
Sir, in 29, can you once say D?
Yeah. You see, CMC, I think I've discussed this concept in the lecture also, that critical missile concentration will be inversely proportional to the size of alkyl group. Have I discussed it in the lecture? No. But anyways, you should know. See, you require a certain critical amount of, hydrocarbon part in order to have effective van der Waals forces of attraction which can form micelles. Are you getting a point? So you see, if this part is longer, then with few micelles it can generate that much van der Waals attraction to keep all the soap molecules together. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So generally the rule is that if the hydrocarbon chain is longer, you require fewer number of soap molecules to form a micelle, because you will be able to achieve that critical amount of van der Waals forces required to hold a micelle together. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just remember this thing, that critical micelle concentration is inversely proportional to the size of alkyl group. Okay. So in first case, this is having bigger size. Yes or no? This is having like how many? 9 and 10 carbon atoms. This is having only 7 carbon atoms, or say 8, because this is a non-polar group. So this will require, less concentration to form a micelle. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. 30 is fact-based. I think I have asked you people to go through that part. 31, noted out.
No doubt, sir.
No, sir.
That's very good. So 32, 33, 34,
33, sir.
33. Apart from 33, is
34.
34 also a doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is
sir.
32 a doubt?
Like with the conversions and calculations, I'm getting confused, sir.
In 32?
34.
No, I am talking on 32. Is 32 a doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Always remember in short key defect, equal number of cations and anions are removed. Okay. 35, 36,
No doubt, sir.
no doubt. Okay. So only 33 and 34 are doubts. No. First I will discuss 34. Okay. Smaller one. So in 34, you have starch whose formula is C6H10O5. So its molar mass is 162 N, where N is the number of units which are together. Okay, because starch is a polymer. Not exactly polymer, it is a small combination of, glucose units. Now, it is saying that a gold number of starch is 6.48. This means what? The 6.48 milligrams of starch is required for 10 ml of gold salt. Yes or no? Now, this 6.48 mg is coming from 0.01 millimoles of starch. Yes or no? And its molar mass is 162 N. I can write 0.01 into 162. See, if you have weight millimoles, then and you multiply it by the molar mass, you will get the weight in milligrams. If you have moles, you get the weight in grams, millimoles, milligrams. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is equal to 6.48. So from this N will be equal to 6.48 by 1.62 into 4. Is it clear? 34 is done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 33 is something. Have I discussed 33 in the notes? No. There are two
Like
questions.
the
I
same
think
model, sir.
it is similar to that. Okay, let me discuss it again. Okay. See, you have 10% of sites on a catalyst bed which are occupied by H2. You say these are the sites. Okay. These are the sites. And some of them are occupied by H2. Okay, so suppose H2 is occupying, these sites. Something like that. Now on heating H2, on heating H2 gas is evolved from the sites and it is collected at this pressure, volume and temperature. Okay. So you see, you can calculate number of H2 molecules. Yes or no? So what is the number of H2 molecules? So it will be PV by RT. Yes or no? Pressure
Yes,
is
sir.
0.03 into volume is how much? V is 2.46 by R is 0.082 into T is 300. Okay. So if you cancel out into 100, then this will go like 3 times. And this will go like 10 times. So it is basically 0.003 moles. Right? Now, 1 minute. It will be 2.46 into 10 to the minus 3. Okay. So it will be like 3 into 10 power minus 6. Are you getting our point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because this has V
Yes,
has
sir.
to be in liters, not in milliliters. Now this many moles is how many molecules? It is 6 into 10 power 23 into 3 into 10 power minus 6 is 18 into 10 to the power 70.
17.
Okay. Now you see these many molecules are there. Number of sites. Now what is the total number of sites?
Surface area into available sites.
It's number of sites per centimeter square into one total surface area is 1000 into 5.4 into 10 to the power 16. It is 5.4 into 10 to the power 17. No, 10 to the power 19. What is happening? Why is it doing like this? It's not going to 1 minute. Okay. So that is basically 54 into 10 to the power 18. Okay. That is a factor of 10, which is not there. The total number of sites will be sites per H2 molecule. It will be 54 into 10 power 18 by 18 into 10 power 17. So it's coming out to be 30. Answer is given 3. So where is the calculation mistake which we have made? It's 0.3, oh it's 0.03, no. 0.03 into 2.46 into 10 power minus 3. Just 1 minute.
Sir, effective number of sites 10% they given us.
Okay, yeah, that also there. So total number of sites is this, total number of, so if this is considering 100% occupancy, right? Oh, sorry. But effective total number of sites, if you are writing, then it will be into 0.1. Are you getting a point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this will be 3. Okay, this first part is important. Are you getting a point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So basically in all these questions, there is only one thing, that calculate total number of sites, total number of molecules, and divide them and you will get the answer. Okay, in most of the cases it will be like that only. Okay. Other than that, there is nothing in this paper which I think should be troubling you. Yes or no? So with this, I am going to conclude this paper discussion.
So once can you explain
Yes, sir.
21?
21. This one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. See, in 21, you have densities like 19 gram per ml. So you have 19 gram of metal in 1 ml of, it is occupying 1 ml volume. So 1.9 into 10 power minus 4 grams will be according 1 by 19 into 1.9 into 10 power minus 4 ml or 10 power minus 5 centimeter cube, right? And volume of one metal particle is how much? It is 4 by 3 pi into r cube. Now, radius is how much? It is 10 nanometers. That is 10 into 10 to the power minus 7 centimeters. Basically, it is 10 to the power minus 6 whole cube. So, what is the number of volume occupied by particles? sorry, number of particles. Number of particles will be total volume occupied by the particles, which is 10 to the power minus 5 by 4 by 3 pi into 10 to the power minus 18. So it is like 3 by 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 23. That is the total number of particles. Okay.
Yes, okay.
So, no, sorry, 10 to the power minus 18 will go up. It will be
9.
13. Right. So, you see, these many particles are there. In 1.9 into 10 to the power minus 4 grams. And this is in 1 liter of solution. Okay, so 1 liter is having how many particles? This value will come out to be like 0.242 into 10 to the power 13. Okay, which is 1000 ml. So 1 ml of the salt will be containing 0.242 into 10 to the power 10 or 2.42 into 10 to the power 9 particles. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So all these are basically calculation sensitive questions. Means in in concept you cannot do any wrong. Only in calculation you might get the factor of 10 or something like that. Other than that, there's nothing in these type of questions. But it is a good collection of numericals from solid state, okay, from surface chemistry. So it is good. So I think any other question which is a doubt? Yes, no.
No, sir.
Okay. So I'm concluding this paper discussion, okay, by pausing the recording.